The time is coming when you will no longer worship God on this mountain, but instead worship him in spirit and in truth. Jesus Christ, indeed, the living water. Jesus Christ, indeed, gives us his very self, body, blood, soul, and divinity in the Eucharist. When I was in high school and early college, I was a computer salesman at Best Buy. I got to wear the blue shirt, I got to wear the name tag, it was awesome. It was awesome. And I remember one Black Friday, you get to work at 3 in the morning, and the line is way out the door, and the floodgates open up and the store opens. And I prided myself in the fact that I was able to work with multiple people at the same time, so I got 6 computer packages together for different people, got them in the checkout line, and went off to go help other people. Well, an hour and a half goes by, and then I see the people I helped out earlier still waiting in line, and wanted to chat them up a little bit. Well, they started going up and down me about how long they have to wait in line. And you just look at them and say, you chose to shop on Black Friday. That's more your fault than it is mine. My parents owned 2 Subway restaurants back in Ohio, and they got a call from corporate Subway one day yelling at them because a customer came in and complained that he got too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. So my parents heard about it. So, consumerism. There is consumerism at Best Buy and at Subway. I want what I want, when I want it, how I want it, and nothing less. And anything less, I'm going to complain. Well, let's transfer that to our faith life. Let's transfer that to our church life. How consumeristic do we become with our faith? If there's something that we don't like or that we don't agree with or this or that, we can put all of our cares and concerns and our complaints on that. It has nothing to do with while we're here. We are here to worship God in spirit and in truth. We are here because he gives us fully himself, body, blood, soul, and divinity in the Eucharist. We become because we hear his very word that dwells within us, showing us how to live our lives, how to live the gospel of truth, mercy, peace, and compassion. But what happens sometimes when we come to church, we can get distracted by all this stuff and say, well, I don't like the person who sits in the row right in front of me over to the left because they might smell funny, or I don't like the stain on the carpet. There's just, things aren't exactly how I want it. The church isn't offering what I want. And we can walk away or be so distracted that we lose sight of why we're here in the first place. We are not here because of anybody else. We are here because we give thanks to God in spirit and in truth for his very gifts in our entire lives. And we come here to worship, to give thanks, to pray and petition for those who most need it. It's not about the fluff, it's not about the stuff on the surface, it's deeper. But that consumeristic mentality can go deep into so many different avenues of our life, and sometimes it can creep even into our faith life. In these last weeks of Lent, maybe look at our lives and see what's clouding our relationship with God. And sometimes if it's just the externals, let it go. Let it go. So we can get so caught up in the gossip. We can get so caught up into what we want and how we think it's going to be and what we think the church is. That has nothing to do with the crux. Has nothing to do with Jesus Christ, the living water. He is indeed all that we need. Everything else goes away. He comes to us. And as St. Augustine says, my heart longs for you, Lord, until it rests in you. May we find our resting place in him in church, in the various sacraments, in his word, in the Eucharist that we will receive in just a few minutes.